What up? It's Tread Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode, a live episode. All right, this is our first episode live. Well, it's our first episode live, period, but our first episode of 2026, episode 657. We are going to start the show off a little bit differently than we used to. Just want to let you guys know we are live everywhere. Let's get going. Okay, I have a good show set up for you guys today. We're going to kick things off with breaking news. The Trend Out Loud show is live now on 8 different platforms. We're going to give you guys information about that. Also, in Behind the Feed and Off the Record, is Will Smith going to go to jail over his newly filed case? Also, Cardi B shuts down rumors and allegations about her father R-wording somebody. In lead stories, we're going to get you guys' opinion on Donald Trump arresting Maduro. We have a very neutral video for you guys that I love. It's from a woman from Venezuela, and she's also American. And I think it gives really good insight and very neutral. For anybody who's new to this show here, we thrive on neutrality here, right? This is a purple show. So we're going to see both sides, and then we're going to discuss. That's one of the great things about going live. And then in quick news, we're going to talk Celina Powell versus Offset, Pastor Jamal Bryant's wife, Klay Thompson, 50 Cent versus Claressa Shields, Teyana Taylor and Pierre, the end of social media, Stefon Diggs, Dexter Resurrection, Google's new email update, what a skeleton looks like inside of a big person, Netflix, and there is also a new law for lobsters. Yes, it is true. Also, we're going to close out the show with social discussion, lesson, and question of the day. Let's go. Yes, I brought over my effects to the live show. Yo, let's go. Our first live show. And guess what I also have? Yo, I got air horns, y'all. Don't, in case it never works, though, I still got this one. Okay. Welcome. I want to see people loading in here. Where is my chat? Where is the chat? Comments. Here we go. Happy New Year from Renee G. What up? Nico something. I got to maybe change my screen. It's a little far from here, but Nico says hi. Somebody else says, is this live? Yeah, it is live. I can't see your name here. I think it's ABDI2666. What up? I'm going to let you guys load in here. This is our first live. I won't take too long and let you guys load in because I know when people watch it back, they want to watch a good show and not waiting for 2 or 3 minutes. So we are going to start off with giving you guys an update on the Trend Out Loud show, and then we're going to jump right into Will Smith, Cardi B, and then we're going to get to Donald Trump. Okay, so yes, the breaking news is the Trend Out Loud show will now be live Monday through Friday, weekdays around 5 o'clock. Okay, 5:30. Today we got on right on time. I'm proud of myself. I did give you guys the Out Louders membership a preview. I think it was like December the 29th and 30th. And I got feedback from you guys, and you guys said throughout the year, more lives, more interaction. And this is really what I want to do this year. It will be the same show that you guys are used to, same look, same everything, but it's going to be a little bit more interactive, and that's why I wanted to do live. We'll have chats. I'm also going to send out a video link or just even an audio link if you guys want to click and come on and speak with me live. I feel like doing the show for the past 2 or 3 years has been great, but really when I went to New York covering the Diddy trial, which is exactly where Maduro was just today, we'll talk about that later. I feel like the morning and lunch, and especially after court, connecting with you guys, it was great for me and great for you guys. And one of the little things that I felt like I lost when I came back from the trial is sometimes when I'm in here talking by myself, I feel like some of the takes that I'm trying to give might not be getting across well. It's kind of like when you're speaking with somebody on the phone versus in person. It's like, yo, let's meet up in person. It needs to see or kind of give some feedback. So I'm really going to be depending on you guys to give me instant feedback on things that I'm saying. And I think it will help me with my takes on correcting myself. Or you guys also know I'm very, very open, and I love other people's opinion, and I have no qualms with saying, you know what, I never thought about it that way, and maybe changing my opinion along the way. So that's really, really the point of it. But I just want to let you guys know it is the same show that you're used to getting: behind the feed, off the record, lead stories, quick news, social discussion, question of the day, lesson of the day, etc. Same exact show. It will just be in a live format, and a little bit more relaxed. I also felt like the recordeds was, you know, anytime I made a mistake, I could do it over or edit or whatever. And I just feel like with streaming building up now, I just want it to be just live and raw. And I feel like that's what you guys want in 2026. So I'm here to bring that to you. Now, side note, there might be a day or two where we go back and we do some recordings and it might not be live, but I'm going to aim to try to do a live a day. Also, another thing that we're going to start doing, kind of like the Diddy trial, is let's say there's something that's breaking before 5 o'clock. I'll come on and maybe do a live, or I'll do a recorded show. So for those on YouTube, we will be in the recorded section and in the live section. So make sure you check both. Now, let's go to the big announcement at the stage. All right, hold on. Okay, now the big announcement is we are now live streaming, not just on YouTube, but we are live streaming on 8 different platforms. All right, so you see here we are now on Kick, we are now on Twitch, we are now on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, both Instagram accounts, The Trend Out Loud Show, and also Trend Out Loud. Of course, LinkedIn and YouTube as well. Okay, so you'll see 7 there, but it's 8. We say 8 because we're on both IG accounts. Okay, we'll have live chats. Like I said, we'll read off some chats. We'll send an invite if you guys want to join on and come and speak with us. We might do some weekend shows. That's still there. And also, for those of you who are used to listening on podcast platforms, have no fear. At the end of every live, we will download the audio and still post it on podcast platforms. So if you're used to listening on Spotify or on Apple or whatever other iHeart, whatever, the Trend Out Loud Show will still be on all podcast platforms. Okay. Just in closing, very, 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 very important to note, please, I'm doing this because I want you guys to be more interactive. Get in the chats, and when I put the video link or audio link, come on here and let's have a conversation. For my daily listeners or the Out Louders, you know this show has always been about me and you since the beginning. People all say, how do you do a show by yourself? And I've always said, you guys are my co-hosts. I do the show with you. I do it for you. So your interaction, not just when it's posted after, but now your comments live is really, really going to help me and bring the show to another level. Lastly, today is our first live, so please give me grace. I'm here still, doing everything by myself, so I'm going to be, interjecting and putting stuff in. I did practice over the holidays a little, but this is my first live, so give me grace, okay? First of all, let me just go to the comment section like I promised. Awesome, good news that you're back. Simone has claps. Modern by something said, hey, Trend Out Loud. Would like many of your viewers come to, okay, someone's trying to get me there. Somebody also said, Raider said, Happy New Year. Alicia said, laugh out loud. I don't know what she's laughing at. Oh, here we go. Alicia said, Happy New Year, Trent. Welcome back. I missed you. This is your girl from Cleveland, Ohio. My husband keeps asking me, your guy is not on. Yeah, we took a break over the holidays. All right. Thank you very much. Welcome back. I'll get to the comments a little bit later on in the show. All right, hold on. Now, how do I get back to my side stuff here? Hold on. This is why I'm saying to give me grace. Okay, boom. So let's now move on to behind the feed and off the record. Okay, that's so cool. Okay, let's go now to Will Smith. Okay. This happened over the holidays a couple of days ago. And by the way, this show, for those of you who know, whenever I take time off, I like to go over what I missed over by the time where I was not on air. So yes, Maduro happened over the weekend. We're going to talk about it today. Cardi B and Will Smith. But quick news is more kind of up to date, but also a couple of things that I want to cover. Okay. So Will Smith, As reported by People magazine, Brian King Joseph filed a complaint on Tuesday in Los Angeles Superior Court against Smith and Trey Ball Studio Management Incorporated. The lawsuit claims Smith was deliberately priming Mr. Joseph for further sexual exploitation after inviting him to join his global tour based on a true story in 2025. And this all happened allegedly in November 2024. I have a video. I did go through the lawsuit, but I have a video that really brings everything.
And King Joseph first.
Sorry, that brings everything to light. I'll watch it with you guys. It's like 5 minutes. I'm going to stop it along the way to highlight a couple of key things about this case. A lot of people over the holidays was like, yo, this sounds like a Diddy thing. What's going on? And that's why I really wanted to tackle this. I'll tell you guys straight up, from what is in the lawsuit, there's a lot of questions and there's a lot of things that, for lack of better words, not that just doesn't make sense, but there's a lot of things that could be very speculative. But I've also heard, and that's why I put this behind the scenes and off the record, behind the feed and off the record. I've also heard, and the lawsuit says this, that this is just the beginning and there's more to come. And from what I've heard, there is more to come. There's more evidence. There's tapes, there's hotels, etc., etc. Before I play the video, very important to note, this is a civil case, not a criminal case. Civil case, the burden of proof is much, much lower. So that should already put a signal off in your head. When you have a mountain of evidence against somebody yourself, you tend to go criminally. But like we always talk about victims these days, especially after Cassie and Diddy, a lot of victims are saying, you know what? It doesn't matter to me if you're in jail or not. I want to get paid. Now, of course, it goes back to the question of, should a victim stop somebody from doing something or should they get paid? My answer is, I feel like that's up to the victim. Let's listen to this video and we'll dissect it a little bit. All right, take a listen.
Will Smith is being sued for assault. I decided to read the 15-page lawsuit. Now, the plaintiff, or the person who filed the lawsuit, is this man, whose name is Brian King Joseph, and he's a violinist and a former contestant on America's Got Talent. According to the lawsuit, Will Smith and Brian King Joseph first met after Joseph did some studio sessions with several high-profile artists. After those sessions, he was referred to Will as someone that could potentially be used for some recordings. In November of 2024, Joseph meets Will in person and shows him what he can do on the violin. From there, Will agrees to let him play at an upcoming show he has in San Diego. Now, the San Diego show, which was in December of 2024, goes great, and according to the lawsuit, Will then invites Brian King Joseph to be more involved in the performances and tells him that he's a valuable member of the team and offers him more stage time during the shows. And they're
okay, just want to stop it there. You could tell already from the lawsuit that this is what he's talking about, of like the priming situation. Like he's accusing Will of not necessarily SA, but setting him up. Remember, like I said, what's speculative is this Will being attracted to him and wanting him to have more time? Or is this Will saying, yo, I really like this guy. I really like his energy. He's a great violinist. I want to give him more time. Again, I'm not on either side. I'm just showing you how speculative this is. I know this is civil and not criminal, but even with civil, we need a little bit more than that.
Relationship, according to the lawsuit, grew even closer. The suit says that the two of them began spending additional time alone, with Will Smith even telling Joseph, quote, "You and I have a special connection that I don't have with anyone else." No.
Okay, that's a little questionable, but again, speculative, but alone time, and I have a connection with you that I don't have with anybody else. But what's very important is that, does he have that on video? Does he have audio? Does he have a text message? Does he have an email? If not, it's Will's word against Brian's.
Okay. And other similar expressions indicating his closeness to Joseph. Now, from December until March, there's a break between performances, but by March of 2025, Will Smith is starting the first leg of his Based on a True Story tour. And this is the basis of what this lawsuit is all about. So the crew arrives to Las Vegas for their tour stop, and the way the hotel bookings would work, according to the lawsuit, is that Will Smith, which I'm assuming really means his team, would book everybody's hotel rooms and then send out a spreadsheet to the cast and crew that listed each person's room number and confirmation code. And this is key to Joseph because he highlights that the only people who had access to his room information would have been the hotel staff and the crew for this tour. So again, everybody's in Vegas and it comes time for rehearsals. Joseph and the crew get dropped off at the venue around 11 a.m. and Joseph says he left his bag, which also had his room key in it, in the van that they all came in. Now by 3 p.m. on this same day, Brian King Joseph says that he asked management to get his bag from the van, but management tells him that they can't find it. About 2 hours later, management finds the bag with the key in it and they return it to Brian King Joseph. Now around 11 p.m. on March 20th, 2025, Brian King Joseph says that he goes to the room that he had been assigned and discovered, quote, evidence suggesting that an unknown person had unlawfully entered the room. And some of that evidence included a handwritten note that said, quote, Brian, I'll be back later, 5:30. Just us. There's a heart and it's signed Stone F.
Okay, who is Stone F? They said that they found his bag and gave it back to him. From what I'm hearing, already, Will Smith is going to try to have this thrown out, but is there hotel security tapes? This just happened last year, so is there tapes? Are there pictures of this note? Who is Stone F? Etc. These are things that are not here yet. So again, this is just speculative.
There was also, according to the lawsuit, some wipes, a bottle, a red backpack, a bottle of HIV medication with another person's name on it, an earring, and hospital discharge paperwork belonging to a person that Brian King Joseph didn't know. So the suit says that Brian, who was now concerned for his safety and the safety of his fellow performers and crew, notifies everyone about what happened and requests a room change. He also calls the local non-emergency line and files an incident report with hotel security. So this is all on March 20th, and the lawsuit says the next day, Brian goes back to Los Angeles, and when he tries to show up at a recording for a pre-recorded show, he's told by a member of Will Smith's team that he was too late and that they would just see him in New Mexico for the next leg of the tour. However, the lawsuit says a few days after that, a man named Tim Miller, who worked on Will Smith's team, blames Joseph for the hotel incident and tells him, quote, I don't know, you tell me, because everyone is telling me that what happened to you is a lie. Nothing happened and you made the whole thing up. So tell me, why did you lie and make this up? And then the suit says Brian King Joseph was fired. And so that gets us to this lawsuit because Brian King Joseph is claiming that he was terminated for reporting the assault. And even though Tim Miller told him part of the reason for the termination was because the tour was, quote, moving in a different direction, Brian says that's not true because they hired another violinist for the tour after he was fired. And so the suit says the facts of this case strongly suggest that Will Smith was deliberately grooming and priming Mr. Joseph for further sexual exploitation. The sequence of events, Smith's prior statements to the plaintiff, and the circumstances of the hotel intrusion all point to a pattern of predatory behavior rather than an isolated incident. It goes on to say that Will Smith's actions caused Joseph severe emotional distress, economic loss, reputational harm, and other damages. Joseph was also harmed as a result of the stress of losing his job. His health deteriorated, causing major physiological damage, and the plaintiff, Brian King Joseph, suffered from PTSD and other mental illnesses as a result of the termination. So Brian is suing, and most of his causes of action, or the legal reasons for the lawsuit, revolve around retaliation. So in layman's terms, the bulk of why he's suing is based on his belief that he was fired as retaliation for reporting what happened at the hotel. Although it's worth noting that his sixth cause of action is for harassment. And for this, he's basically saying that whoever broke into his room and left that handwritten note had the intent to engage in sexual activity with him. And since Will Smith and his company Trayball Management were Joseph's employers, they had a duty and a responsibility to do something after they found out what happened to him. But since all they did was fire him, he's saying that they can then be held responsible for sexual harassment. Brian King Joseph has since posted this Instagram video.
Hey everybody, I just wanted to talk about something really important. Earlier this year, I was hired to be a performer on a major tour with somebody who is huge in the industry. So I was excited, proud of myself for getting the opportunity. Unfortunately, some things happened, and I can't get into the details of exactly what that was, because it's already a legal issue right now. But the reason why I'm speaking out about this is because getting fired or getting blamed or shamed or threatened or anything like that, simply for reporting sexual misconduct or safety threats at work, is not okay. And I know that there's a lot of other people out there who have been afraid to speak up, and I understand. And if that's you, I see you. And that's pretty much it. More updates to come soon. Thanks for listening.
All right. So that is the crux of the case. Like I said, this is the beginning of it. They are definitely going to try and get as much money as they can out of Will Smith. Like I said, this is a civil trial. Also, what's important to note here is that, like I say all the time, whenever we talk about civil suits, is that these things happen prior to us knowing about it. Okay. Now, like I said, almost like, I don't know, for about a year now, ever since the Diddy trial, almost every celebrity now has somebody coming at them with a civil trial. Oh, let me put myself back on the screen here. With a civil case. And every celebrity is now in the middle of, should I or shouldn't I pay this person off and see, where it could go. What I think is happening here is, I feel, just my opinion, I feel like Brian has a case of something happened in his hotel room. Somebody maybe played a trick on him, or maybe somebody played a game on him inside of the court, inside of the room, and he didn't like it. There's probably some bickering going on. It was brought to the management team, and the management team just fired Brian. And there's probably something there where the management should have looked more into it instead of just letting him go and saying, we decided to change course. And then, you see that they hired another violinist. So to me, there is a workplace issue. But what I think, and from what I'm hearing, is that because every celebrity is so worried about civil suits and everybody is so worried about SA and the R word right now, it seems to me like, because Will kind of like took a liking to him, he's putting in this priming thing and saying, well, hey, he was nice to me and he was, insinuating things to me. And I feel like it could have been SA at some point, and that was under a work environment. And the fact that he's putting that in this case, it allows him to ask more money from Will. So for example, let's say if it was just a workplace thing, he can maybe ask, I don't know, let's say he was making, say $100,000 on tour. He say, hey, you fired me, give me $500,000, or even give me $1 million, and then I won't sue you. But if you could put in the SA allegations and it could go over every single blog and talk about it, now you can ask for $20 million or $10 million, because a celebrity is going to be afraid of that going out and making it bigger. So it will be up to, Will and Brian. What these things do is when things like this happen, is they'll look and they'll gauge the public reaction. Nobody's really believing it. Will come back and be like, you want to continue? Like, nobody's believing you. Yeah, it was on the blogs for one day and now nobody cares. I'll give you $500,000 and you be quiet. Or if it kind of picks up steam and people are believing this, like the Tyler Perry thing, then will go back and be like, okay, listen, I'm going to give you $5 million and just be quiet. So that's what I'm predicting is going to happen. And if you ask me, there's not too much steam on this. It's been 48 hours, I think 72 hours. So we will see. But that is it. My prediction is there won't be much of this case. You won't hear it too much more. He'll probably just get a small payout. There'll be no criminal charges. This will not be a Diddy case. The Tyler Perry thing, though, that might be a whole other story, but we'll talk about that in another day. Let's go on to Cardi B. Okay. By the way, just letting you guys know, on Instagram, we lost one of our feeds on Instagram, and on Facebook, we're off. I was trying to fix it while you guys were watching that video, but I only have one back on, I'll try to get the other one on, but of course we have to continue the show. Like I said, please give me grace. Okay, let's go over to Cardi B. Hold on, I got to remove this off of the stage and put Cardi B on now at the stage. All right. All right, here we go. Okay, so Cardi B gets social users together. Cardi B gets social users together for false accusing her father of being an SA offender. Also says she's confident that Stefon Diggs will beat his current legal issues. Claims it's all a lie. I want y'all to be talking ish when on your effing knees with apologies. Okay, so we talked about that last year with Stefon Diggs, the chef. I think that was like maybe one of our last recorded shows where we were talking about that. If you guys don't know, go back and watch that one after. Let me tell you what she tweeted out, because this is really not about the chef. That's why I don't want to get into that. This is more about an allegation about her father, but it's really tied into a false allegation that's really about a fight between her and Nicki Minaj. Well, an ongoing beef between her and Nicki Minaj. First things first, my dad never been arrested in this country. My dad is an immigrant from Dominican Republic. He would be deported if he committed such a disgusting crime. I don't know why y'all like playing these games just for you to be fake mad when I post who got real mugshots, real evidence, and real cases of R word. There is where she's talking about Nicki Minaj. Stop playing with me and my family and leave me the F alone. F before I start ish today. Now, let me show you what she is talking about. Here is this tweet that says, check court documents, public records don't lie. And you'll see this comes from Gronk, which is Twitter X, Elon Musk's kind of like AI verification platform. It says Cardi B's father, Carlos, was convicted of attempted R word in 1993. He served 5 years. This charge is real, not a fake accusation to smear Cardi. Check the court documents. Public records don't lie. Well, people did fact check it, and it is a lie. It's so hard to figure out now, like, what is real and what's not real. Everybody knows what happened to Nicki Minaj. What was it like? Was it before Christmas? I think it was before Christmas when she went on stage with Erica Kirk at Turning Point, and Nicki Minaj had to take down her Instagram because she lost close to 10 million followers. And ever since then, Nicki's been quiet, but the barbs have been super active, okay? And the fact now that somebody is making up a lie about Nicki Minaj's father, about R-wording, like, that's going to the point of beyond beef, you know? And to me, like, we all know Cardi B, and Cardi B is going to get on Twitter Spaces. I know she said she's not going to get on. She's not going to do stuff, but that is Cardi B's brand. She's going to defend. She's going to talk. I think that she shouldn't even acknowledge something like this. This is not an accusation on her. It's about her father. But when she talks about it, when she denies it, it makes it bigger. This is the problem. But again, this is Cardi B's brand. Now, Cardi B is taking a lot of hits out here. Stefon, the chef that is suing him, which we talked about in our last show, our last show of the year, 2025. And there is a lot of legs on that lawsuit. Again, another civil suit with a celebrity or an athlete, somebody in the entertainment industry being sued civilly, wanting to get paid and money. Also, Cardi B today said that she wants nothing to do with this chef. The chef is alleging that Cardi B has called her, contacted her, is trying to offer her money. So this is just Cardi B playing defense. Again, every time I talk about Cardi B, and I love Cardi B, by the way, and I don't take sides, Cardi B or Nicki Minaj, I just feel like outside of this father thing with Nicki Minaj, like, I feel like Stefon Diggs, this whole aura of Stefon Diggs is what's caused the downfall of Cardi B in the last month or so. And it's just bad. So anyways, if you hear anything about Nicki Minaj's father, just know that there's not much to it. It is fake. It has been verified. If I'm telling you something, you'd know it is fact. It is not real. This is not even AI. This is like doctored. It did not come from Gronk. Put it in your own AI and you'll see that her father was never arrested. But Cardi B, stop trying to feel like you have to defend everything. And Barbs, leave Cardi B alone. All right, let's go over to Donald Trump now. Very excited to talk about this. Okay, let's go to Mr. Trump. What do we have here? Okay. Oh, yes, I have my notes. Where did I put my notes? Oh, here we go. All right. Let me take this off. Got to remove this from stage. Okay, let's talk Mr. Trump. Oh, by the way, I just forgot my notes for Will Smith. Will Smith, the guy, Brian, who's suing Will Smith, the same lawyer that's bringing that case against Will Smith is the same lawyer that is bringing the case against Tyler Perry. I'm just saying, I'm putting it out there. Okay, Donald Trump. Let's talk about Trump, Maduro, Nicolas Maduro. I'm not going to take time on this show today to bring you guys up to speed. I feel like you guys know everything. I mean, it's literally everywhere. But what I want to know is, I want to know your guys' opinion on it, and I want to know your take. I want to know your take on the invasion, the arrest, and Donald Trump. Before I do that, I just want to start off with Epstein because I want to pat myself on the back. Maybe give myself a little. Before the holiday break, I told you guys Donald Trump and the Republican Party, the House and the Senate, the Republicans, strategically had the 30 days of the Epstein files due on, I think it was December the 19th, which is the Friday when the House was out of sessions. We got the files. It was super heavily redacted. After we got those files, I said this was planned so that the files come out during the holidays, where nobody is like gonna be super overly engaged. I know there's some people that still work, but they're not gonna be as engaged over the holidays. And I also said that it's gonna continue. There's something that's, we're gonna continue throughout the holidays. And I said, mark my word, there's going to be something major that happens before everybody comes back. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was maybe the pardon of Ghislaine Maxwell, pardon of Diddy, the pardon of somebody. Something was going to happen that was literally going to take over the news feed. And ironically, the exact same day that the answer for all the redactions on the Epstein files is the exact same day that Trump went into Venezuela and grabbed Maduro. Take a listen to this video.
We have some important Epstein news that no one is talking about. Today is the deadline for the Department of Justice to send over to Congress an explanation for why it made redactions in the Epstein files. Has to do that today, according to the House Oversight Committee, the same day that the United States decided to bomb Venezuela, capture Nicolas Maduro and his wife. The Department of Justice at this hour has yet to send over explanations for its redactions in the Epstein file productions. Remember, this is a story that cannot go away. We can't just forget about talking about the Epstein files just because we're talking about Venezuela and so much more. And today, the Justice Department is supposed to provide more information for why certain redactions were made, and yet hasn't done that just yet.
Sorry, I was trying to fix my live on Instagram. Okay, so that is one thing. Just wanted to throw that out, okay? Let's now go over to a video of a woman from Venezuela, and also she's American. I think this is a great way to just have an unbiased opinion. Take a listen to what she has to say.
Venezuelan American. I'm a dual citizen of both countries. and I'm going to do my best to give you a neutral and honest opinion on what's happening with the United States and Venezuela. Stay with me, y'all, because what I'm about to tell you, it's going to be very complicated, and I would say it's how most Venezuelans also feel. For the last couple decades, the country of Venezuela has completely collapsed under a dictatorship. The current president is a man named Nicolas Maduro, who is very unpopular in the country. Every person in Venezuela, with the very small exception of his loyalists, does not want him as president. Inflation rates in the hundreds of percentages. No food, no water, no medication. There has been a mass exodus of millions of people who have fled the country, including most of my family. People have done whatever it takes to get the hell out of there because it's inhabitable and it's not safe, and the government is completely corrupt. Honestly, it has come to a point where most people feel a sense of desperation. They've been begging, they've been pleading for any foreign country to intervene and to stop this dictatorship at any cost. Now we're getting to the part of the United States. Why are they getting involved, and what's really the objective here? If you're looking at the bombings, if you're looking at things on social media, it looks horrific, and it is. I'm gonna acknowledge that it is. War is something that seems so unnecessary to my generation. It's like, why are we still doing this? Press conference was done this morning to explain that the United States is now going to hold an interim government in Venezuela until a new president gets elected. I do not know what's going to happen, y'all. There are people who are in line to become the next president, who the public wants and who the public has expressed support for, who could potentially step in as the new president. Some people believe that this is about oil. This is an oil war. The United States wants to come to Venezuela and take its oil. Other foreign governments have already controlled, have already had their claws in Venezuelan oil for a long time. You ask the average Venezuelan person, what is their opinion? What is their view? We don't know what's going to happen. Venezuelans have nothing to lose. The United States is seemingly, for whatever reason, a better option, even if it's just the slightest, even if it's just capturing Nicolas Maduro, who's the dictator. Venezuelans will say, hey, I'll take that. It's hard to wrap my mind around the situation. Even I don't fully understand what's going on, and I'll admit to that. I'm just telling you what most people in my communities, what most people in my family are talking about, what they're hearing. Prayers for my family, prayers for people outside of the country. All we can hope is that this situation will be better, that a new president will be elected, and that for most of us who have been waiting and wishing for an opportunity to return back can return home very soon.
Okay, now let's listen to another video. Take a listen.
The best way to understand what just happened in Venezuela is to look at this gleaming city in the middle of desert in Saudi Arabia. When you think of Saudi Arabia, what do you think of? Unbelievable wealth. Driven by what? Driven by oil. But did you know that there is one country in the world that has more oil than Saudi Arabia? You guessed it, Venezuela. Why wasn't Venezuela super rich like Saudi Arabia? Because they weren't able to have the freedom to sell oil like Saudi Arabia because of the extreme sanctions they were under. But now, the U.S. has just taken over the country. That is the words that President Donald Trump used. In his press conference, he said, we'll be sending in big oil companies and they're going to start making the country rich. What you would have expected today is for Donald Trump to back opposition leader Maria Corina Machado, who just won the Nobel Peace Prize. She was like the Zora Mandani or the AOC of Venezuela. She was unbelievably popular. She's the one that people wanted to win, but Maduro, as he always did, rigged the elections and said that he won when he was deeply unpopular, and so she had to flee the country. She was given the Nobel Peace Prize. She's a darling of democracies in the West. Everybody loves her, and when she won the Nobel Peace Prize, she dedicated it to Donald Trump. She loves Donald Trump. So it would make tons of sense for Donald Trump to come out today and say, hey, we overthrew this terrible dictator Maduro. Maria Corina Machado is the rightful leader of Venezuela. We back her, we support her, and now Venezuelans can go and live in peace and prosperity. And you know what? A reporter actually asked him about that. Would you back her? And he said, no. The United States is going to run things. Why would the United States want to do that? It sounds like a headache. It sounds terrible. Because there is an unbelievable level of wealth available in Venezuela via the oil. And to be clear, even if the United States oil companies give a big chunk of this money back to the state of Venezuela, we are talking about absolutely transformational wealth, like more than the GDP of most countries in the world. We're talking at the level of Saudi Arabia. And that, in Donald Trump's mind, a president who thinks in terms of wealth primarily, is likely why we saw what happened yesterday happen.
Okay. So, let's also now I just want to add in this new Greenland and Denmark thing. Take a look and listen to this.
Greenland for national security, not for minerals. We have so many sites for minerals and oil and everything. We have more oil than any other country in the world. We need Greenland for national security. And if you take a look at Greenland, you look up and down the coast, you have Russian and Chinese ships all over the place. We need it for national security.
And here we go. Listen to this.
As Donald Trump and the Trump administration are ramping up efforts to try to take Greenland either by force or through other means. Denmark's prime minister urged Trump, saying, quote, "It makes absolutely no sense to talk about the U.S. needing to take over Greenland. The U.S. has no right to annex any of the 3 countries in the Danish kingdom." The prime minister then reminded Trump that Denmark is part of NATO. NATO has security guarantees. Now, we've never really had a situation where one NATO country may invade another NATO country. But if a NATO country is invaded, it does trigger Article 5. An attack on one is an attack on all. Now, we don't know what that would be in this situation, but Trump is moving closer to try to annex Greenland, whether by force or through other means.
Okay, so that was a lot of information. I'm going to go to the chat right now. I want to see what you guys are saying, okay? Somebody said they told a Jewish lawyer. Okay, what are you guys want to put in the chat and let me know what you guys think about Donald Trump and Maduro. Please let me know. And again, sorry, I know that the Instagram feed is not working. I asked you guys to give me a little bit of grace today. I hope I'm trying to get it to work, but maybe I should just give up. Hold on, let me just see here. Hold on. Oops. 1 second, guys. Sorry. I want to go public. I want to make sure I'm live on IG. All right, I'll go back. Okay, so look, this is my thoughts on Maduro, okay, as this Instagram tries to load up here. The fact that there was a warrant out for his arrest, the fact that there's people in Venezuela happy of what's going on, I think that's a great thing. There's a lot of people, Democrats, that understand what's going on in countries like Venezuela and are happy that somebody like Maduro is gone. And I think that says a lot. And I think what is always the case with Donald Trump is that, for example, if you would have heard Donald Trump went into Venezuela, are we getting some things here now? Isn't there a warrant for Bibi Netanyahu? That's a good point. See why I like going live? Isn't there a warrant for Benjamin Netanyahu? Very, very good point. Trump is one of the worst presidents I have ever seen. When you elect a criminal, what do you expect? Trump should leave Venezuela alone. How can one aspiring dictator justify taking another dictator? Really good point. Some are happy and some aren't. There is government who is in power and opposition. Teresa said, Happy New Year's out louder. What happened in Venezuela's president is ridiculous. I believe the way it is being handled is unconstitutional. I don't know all the ins and outs of the issue. Okay, thank you guys for that. And also, this is what I think. If Donald Trump would have gone into Venezuela, taken Maduro, and put in, I can't remember the girl's name now, but the lady who won the Nobel Peace Prize and the other guy that got elected that Maduro didn't recognize their election. if he would have given the power back to them and said, here, you guys could be in power. We'll stay here in the US. Just let me know, any help that you need. And, we would like to be involved in the oil in some way and somehow, because Exxon was there 25 years ago. And the fact that, we have some investment and lost billions, the fact that, we could work together. I think if it was something like that, it would have been received a little bit better globally. But I think the fact that Trump and his administration went in there, took Maduro, left his VP in charge, who is ironically the person who's in charge of all the oil. And then he literally just came out, which you have to give him credit. He's like, yo, we're in the business of oil. We want the oil, et cetera, et cetera. Now, I'm not going to get too far into it because I really want this to be more about you guys, but do your research. There has been issues with oil and Exxon and Chevron and Bush and Biden. This is not a problem of Trump just going and getting somebody who's a dictator. I feel like a lot of people are rushing to the Donald Trump hate train. And anybody who's new here, I really like to try to see things from both sides. Some people hate that, whatever. But I take things from both sides and then I make my decision. So Trump is always going to Trump. He's always going to be him. And a lot of people, even his own party, don't like the way he goes about doing things with the boats and everything the couple of weeks before they went and got Maduro. But in Trump's head, this is America first. This is money. This is going to be, something that's profitable, et cetera, et cetera. Now, the thing that I don't like what Donald Trump is doing, and that's why I wanted to play those Greenland videos for you, is the fact that he is trying to now talk about Cuba. He's talking about Greenland. He's talking about Denmark. He's talking about all these other places. And that is what's, leaving a bad taste in people's mouth, in my opinion. The United States of America has money and has investments in Venezuela. I understand that. There has been presidents that have tried to do something about it. Donald Trump has done something about it. But again, like we always talk about on the show, it's not necessarily what he has done. It's the way how he's going about doing it, which I think is the problem. And I think there's a lot to say with the fact that the fact like the first video I played for you, the fact that there's somebody from Venezuela and America that is seeing things from both sides, saying this is good for the Venezuelan people, but it could turn out to be bad. It's the Trump effect. It's not what is happening. It's not immigration, the border, okay, but it's also the fact that you're just, arresting and doing a bunch of stuff to Americans and people that have citizenship. So it's not, oh, we don't want you to fix the immigration problem, Donald Trump. It's how you're going about doing it. Okay, there's an issue in Venezuela. We have billions of dollars invested. There's something going on. Maduro is a horrible, horrible person. Okay, you want to take him out of power, but you want to take him out of power, and then now you want to go on Air Force One and say, yo, we're going to run the place? That's not how it should be done if you want it to be received better across the world. But that's just my opinion. Let's go back to Maria. I don't know how to pronounce that last name, but Maria, the lady who won the Nobel Peace Prize, put her back. If Donald Trump would have taken Maduro and called Maria and said, "Yo, you could have the country," we still want oil. I don't have a problem with him wanting oil. Exxon was in there, Chevron. I get that. Be profitable. I get it, but leaving Maduro's VP, and now she's even saying, listen, we want Maduro back. We're not listening to you. And then Trump yesterday is like, unless you guys behave, like Trump has, I like the fact that he is doing things. It's just the way he's going about doing it. Another person said, how people vote for Trump, I don't know. Another person says, how do we get his results? Another person said, bad for the Caribbean region. Another person said, Maria, nope. But Maria was democratically elected, by the way. Another person said, Happy New Year's, Trent. Happy New Year. All right. Oh my gosh, can you guys give me a second here to try to get back on Instagram? If y'all don't mind. I want to be Don't go anywhere, y'all. Stay with me. I just want to get back on IG. Okay, let's go back on. We're going to get back on Trent Out Loud, okay? That's what we're going to try to do here. Stay with me, y'all. Okay? Stay with me. We're going to end this live. Please stay with me. Don't go away from me, guys. I really want to get back on IG. Hold on. All right, here we go. Boom. Audience. Public. Okay, here we go. Stay with me, y'all. Oh, we are back. Yes. Hold up. I got to just press. Okay, guys, we are going to be back live on Instagram on on Trent Out Loud, not the Trent Out Loud show, on Trent Out Loud, okay? I'm going to go. We should be live right now. Let's see if I get the notification. Anyways, it should be back, okay? I have a check mark. So hopefully we are back live. Okay, let's go over now to, what are we going to do? Whoop, whoop. We're at quick news. Bah, 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 bah. Yo, let me know if you guys are. Let me know if you guys are like. Let's go back to the comment section. Let me not rush this show. Are you guys liking this new live? Teresa said, I wonder if the Trump administration is going to get away with this. Al said Trump should be in jail. Okay, you guys want to still talk about Trump? Yo, this is what's amazing about my new show. Yo, you guys dictate. Y'all want to keep talking about Trump? Or should I go over to quick news? What do you guys want? Where is the proof that Maria won election in Venezuela? That's what Al said. Al said again, so I would elect the VP of Venezuela. Okay, Al, stick around because I'm going to drop a video. All right, Auntie Mickey said, let's go to quick news. Al, stick around. I'm going to send a video link in the chat after. I would like to talk to you about Trump, Maria, and Venezuela. And again, I'm not an expert on this. I have been watching all weekend. And from what I know, she was elected and her partner elected. But we will talk about that later. Unconstitutional. He does not have respect for the process. Where the F is Congress. By the way, I heard that Congress is actively, I think tomorrow, going to start notions on trying to stop Trump. Okay. All right. Let's go over to quick news. Let's get a better understanding of what's going on. Yeah, for real. All right. Let's jump over to quick news. All right. Hold up. What the hell? Oh, here we go. Yo, I'm having so much fun. All right. Quick news. All right. Stay with me, guys. We'll talk about more about Trump later, okay? Whoop, whoop. I should be live. Could somebody check and let me know if I'm live on IG? I checked on my IG and I don't see it, but maybe I can't see on my own. But somebody please let me know if I'm live on IG, okay? Trent Out Loud on IG, Trent Out Loud. I think you can't do both. I think that's the problem. Okay. Celina, Powell, and Offset. Let's talk about them. So I think it was over the weekend or maybe over the holidays. Celina Powell put out a video of her and Offset in bed together. Now, for those of you who don't know who Celina Powell is, I'm sure you do, but she has been, I guess, whoever she is. She's a industry woman. Let's just put her at that, all right? Because she's beyond an Instagram baddie, and I wouldn't even consider her a baddie. Anyways, she's known for exposing rappers, Young Thug, Snoop Dogg, etc., okay? Now, she has already been tied to Offset before, and Offset was like, yo, this girl is trash, whatever, blah, blah. And now she put out a video of him sleeping and showing herself with him in bed. Now, I'm sure most of you have seen that video, but what everybody else was thinking, or what everybody was thinking is, yo, why is she going back to this? Normally she exposes this guy and she's done. Why is she going back? Well, I found out the reason why. Take a listen.
Saying that every time she's around Offset, she mysteriously gets, things just got a little more messy. Y'all remember the Instagram model who posted these messages back in November, basically saying that Offset was trying to pay her to set up Stefon Diggs? Well, that same IG model yesterday posted these pictures basically saying that every time she's around Offset, she mysteriously gets jumped by a group of girls. I guess basically saying that Offset is setting her up every time they're in the same space. Now, here's where it gets interesting. She posted this of her and Celina Powell right after Celina Powell posted the video of her in bed with Offset. So now I'm feeling like it's very much giving that they were in cahoots and that they decided to release the video footage of Celina in bed with Offset because Offset keeps getting her jumped by multiple girls every time she sees Offset when he's out. Offset is entirely too old for this. He's entirely too old. And why are we not seeing no videos and pictures of him with his 11 kids? He everywhere else in the world laid up.
Okay. Like, Offset is crazy. Now, why is Offset so concerned about Stefon Diggs still? Bro, your relationship with Cardi B is done. As much trouble that Offset is getting in, Cardi B is not going back to you. So why are you hiring some IG girl to go after Stefon, and now you're mad at her for exposing you, and you're sending girls after her in the club? A. And B, look at how much of a fool you look like now, because instead of her having dudes to send back at you, she's doing one better, calling Celina, and now you look like a full clown for being exposed once again, being with Celina Powell, which is the most embarrassing thing you could do, falling asleep with Celina Powell? Like, are you crazy? Offset steady is taking losses since this Cardi B thing, and it's embarrassing. And listen, I'm no fan of Stefon Diggs. I mean, maybe I'm a fan with him on the football field, but off the football field, like, he's a disaster. But at least he hasn't been caught slipping. Yes, he has paternity tests. Yes, he has baby mamas, yeah, et cetera, he's being sued, but being caught slipping like this is embarrassing. Anyways, let's go on to our second topic. This is a picture of Pastor Jamal Bryant's wife. Now, I wanted to make it a little bigger so you guys can really see it here. Pastor Jamal Bryant, famous lawyer, a famous pastor in the U.S. Over the holidays, he caught a lot of flack for his wife wearing this dress. By the way, thank you very much. You guys said that I'm live on IG and you're watching me on both. Thank you very much for letting me know that. This is Pastor Jamal Bryant's wife. Beautiful. Here, let me put both. Okay. Now, they caught a lot of flack for this dress. If I'm not mistaken, I think this is her New Year's Eve dress. And he came out and was like, yo, why are you guys judging? You guys are jealous because we have money and we're doing this or whatever. He's like, I love this dress. I bought it for her. Now, for my daily listeners, you guys know there's no judgment zone here, especially when it comes to women. I am always going to be a defender of women. Call me a feminist if you want. Guys drag me. I don't care. I feel like females should be the first wonder of the world, all right? Let's not even get into it. My daily listeners know. However, this dress, and I don't care if it's short or revealing or whatever, but the problem that I have with this dress is the illusion of looking like you have nothing under it. Now, I get that it's the material that's having that illusion and you're not really seeing her skin, but is the illusion of seeing her skin is the problem if you're a pastor's wife. It's just like, now listen to me. If you don't care, then do you. But if you care so much that you're going out defending this and doing all of this, then don't wear something like this. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Like, you cannot be surprised that the first lady of a church of Christianity wearing a dress that's suggesting that her skin is showing all throughout the dress and there's nothing under, you would have to understand that you're going to get backlash from that. So your only thing to come out and say, hey, I understand the backlash, I understand whatever, but this is what we do and this is what we do in our own private life, but we understand it. But to come out and be shocked is shocking to me. So while I agree with a woman and husband and however you want to be, and that is between y'all, and a woman should be able to wear whatever she wants, I feel like the mistake is being shocked by the reaction that people have of this dress. Somebody says she's a Jezebel. Somebody says not appropriate for all eyes. They know better. And then Teresa says church folks are the biggest hypocrites. Work it, Giselle 2026. All right. Well, some agree and some don't. That's the best thing about having this live show. Okay. Let's go over to Mr. Klay Thompson, the person I like to drag more than anybody. Klay Thompson and oh my God, Megan Thee Stallion. I have daily listeners, y'all know that I have told you guys, not only just from what I could see, but I've had confirmation in the industry that this is a fake relationship. They were never really together. And this was Rock Nation, Jay-Z, Desiree Perez, trying to get Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion together for social media to fix Megan Thee Stallion's image, because her image in the past was Tory Lanez, Party Fontaine, street dudes or whatever. And because of the Tory Lanez trial and she quote unquote snitching, she's lost a lot of that street cred. So they wanted to be with somebody like Klay to kind of like soften up her image. I thought they did a horrible job and you could tell it's not working. Regardless of that, there's a leaked image of Klay with his ex-girlfriend. Hold on, this is too small here. I got to read this to you on my phone. Let me bring this up. Klay. And here, what we're going to see here in the corner is Klay and his girlfriend and his ex-girlfriend following each other. They just recently followed themselves again on IG. And here is Klay and here is his ex in a club. All right. Now, I'm not going to say what the date is on this because there's some speculation. But we do know that it has been confirmed that it's somewhere between September and now. I've been hearing like October. The point is that this is when he was supposed to allegedly be with Megan Thee Stallion. So again, I was right about Epstein and Trump doing something to kind of like distract us a little. And I was right about Klay and them. You notice you haven't seen Klay and Megan all over Instagram and all over your timeline. Where's the happy couple at? And again, I love Megan Thee Stallion. I just felt like this, PR stunt was not cool. Y'all weigh in with that. Somebody says, who is Miss Stefon Diggs? Okay, we're going to get to that in a second. Let's go over and talk about 50 Cent and Claressa Shields. This is an image that, well, first of all, let me give you guys the backstory. 50 Cent beefing with everybody in the industry over the documentary, the Diddy documentary, Ja Rule, et cetera, et cetera. Then people kind of jumped in, Marlon Wayans, blah, 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 blah. Then also, I think Mano jumped in from Let's Wrap It Up podcast, and him and Mano went back, and then everybody else on the Let's Wrap It Up podcast, Mano, Fabulous, Jim Jones, and Dave East jumped in. They actually ended off the year with a freestyle, and 50 said, yo, I'm busy with news right now. I'll answer you guys when I have time. We'll see if 50 answers. In the midst of that, Papoose and Claressa jumped in here somehow. Now, I was on vacation and I was kind of watching things, but from what I saw or what I could remember, 50 had said something along the lines about Claressa, but then deleted it. And that's what set Papoose off. And he was like, yo, when are you going to answer the guys from Let's Wrap It Up, etc. And now it's sprawled into a 50 Cent and Claressa Shields back and forth. Now, y'all know I love Claressa. And I also love 50, right? When I was in the music industry, I interned for 50. I was in 50's movie doing background. Like I have ties with G Unit. Olivia was in one of my videos. So, it's hard for me to see this happen. 50 Cent recently put this picture up. And then Claressa Shields put this out. And she said, please, y'all want to run with the ugly narrative so bad. I was 17 years old fighting for my entire country and had an Olympic gold medal around my neck. Of course, I glowed up, and I'm going to always be focused no matter what, like always. Then, here, let me blow it up a little bigger for you guys to see. And then after, this is what really ignited things and made things a little bit bigger. Boy, y'all hate everything about blackness, being black, black women, black support, black unity, black nose, black ASS. It's really sad. I'm never joining the hate train of my own people. I didn't wear a full face of makeup till I was 24 years old. Still beautiful and blessed. Now, I love Claressa. She's gorgeous, beautiful black woman. 50 Cent, we all know, is a troller. Like, this is what this man does. Okay. Like Trump, 50 Cent never surrenders, never backs down. He doesn't care. Man, woman, or child. So 50 Cent putting this picture up, you know, he didn't say anything about her looks. He didn't say anything about her blackness, about her nose, about whatever. You know, we know what he's suggesting while he's putting this picture up, but I think it is a little bit of a stretch to be like, y'all hate blah, 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 and all of that. Strategically smart on her part because it's turning people against 50 a little bit, but I think it's personally a little bit of a stretch. Now, on 50's side, while I can respect him being who he is and being true to who he is, I would like 50 Cent to, regardless of whoever he's trolling, whoever he's beefing with, I would like to see him give grace, A, when it comes to a woman, just period, and especially A, when it comes to a black woman, especially being a black man. So, you know, at the end of the day, all's fair in battles, but this is the latest of what's going on with 50 Cent. You know, if I was Claressa, I would take this move as well too. She's shifting the conversation, and I told you guys 50 Cent has a lot of hate on him right now, so she's going to turn a lot of women against her. I feel like the best course of action for Papoose or anybody else is asking 50 where the response is in the battle with Pap, Mano, Dave East, and Jim Jones. Because 50 Cent, at the end of the day, yes, I know he's in movies and all this stuff right now, but he's a hip hop artist. If you have 50 lose the hip hop community, it's bad for him. Again, not taking sides. I'm just saying from a strategic standpoint, 50, where is the response? You are a rapper. You came in this industry as a battle rapper. You came in here not as a battle rapper, but like going after Ja Rule. Fab especially was crazy. Where is your response? And secondly, maybe go a little bit easier on Claressa. I mean, she is the female heavyweight champion of the world, the GOAT. All right. All right. Teresa said, I admire 50. I like what he stands for and hope he creates some unique opportunities for people in Louisiana. Yeah, the G-Unit Foundation is supposed to be good. Me as a Christian, the Bible says, be in the world, but not of the world. We as Christians should look different from the world. Shaking my head. That was about Pastor Jamal Bryant. Also, yes, we know what he is suggesting. Somebody said, right, Trent, 100%. She felt necessary to explain the photo. Hey, Tez, what up? Tez is in the building. One thing I will say about 50, again, not in his defense, but to say there is this argument online that, you know, 50 doesn't like black women and he doesn't support black women, et cetera, et cetera. 50 Cent's baby mama is black. Y'all know who's with Vivica Fox. His last girlfriend, Cuban Links, was black. You know, other than what's that white girl that on that talk show? She always talks about him. Anyways, he's only been like seen with like one white girl, which is not bad or good, but whatever. I don't necessarily agree with saying that he doesn't support black women. And the proof of that is look at his shows. his shows are black. They are about, it's in Chicago, it's New York, it's set up, and there is black women, light skin, dark skin, or whatever. So I don't really think that it's fair to be like, 50 Cent doesn't support his people and support black people. I feel like that's a stretch, but you guys could weigh in on that. Okay, let's go to Teyana Taylor. And hold on, I need my sound effects for this. Teyana Taylor and Aaron Pierre have broken up. I gotta go old school. Teyana Taylor and Aaron Pierre broken up. Now, why am I excited for this? First of all, because I love Teyana Taylor and I want her for myself. I'm joking. I'm excited because, well, not excited. I'm trolling, really. I don't think that Aaron Pierre is all what he's cracked up to be. Now, I think I made a joke in, social discussion of the day, or I can't remember what it was. Oh, I think it was when he was on J HUD when it was like, Aaron Pierre, that's Mufasa. That was so offbeat. Aaron Pierre, that's Mufasa. I was just like, and everyone went crazy. First of all, his dance was not even that great. Second of all, he is like an looking dude. Like, he's not all that. And I am a guy that I'm very comfortable with saying if a guy is good looking or not. Like, I have no problems with that. You guys know me. I just don't think that you need to go like so crazy over him. So then when him and Teyana got together, which from what I know was a real relationship. I was just like, oh my gosh, you guys are going to like now put him up on a whole other pedestal. And I get that he's British and he's this or whatever, but I don't know. He just never took to my spirit. And, now they're broken up, Okay, can you guys tell me right now quickly, okay, y'all are laughing. Oh Lord, here we go. Do y'all really think that Aaron Pierre, ladies, is Aaron Pierre really all that crazy? Like, let's be real here. Like, come on. I wish I had another picture of him, but y'all know he ain't all that crazy. Okay. Let's go over to the end of social media. We're going to go over here now. Sorry, I just want to check on Instagram. I'm so happy we're back on Instagram. I don't think we're live on Twitter, and I don't think we're live on Facebook. Whew. At least we're live on Twitch, and we're live on... Yeah, we're live on Twitch, and we're live on Kick. Okay, something really important I want to talk about. Well, not necessarily important, but I feel this is really interesting. Trent, I've told you before, you are more desired than he. Shout out to Tez, Tez thinks I'm better looking than Aaron Pierre. Come on, I can't be in the chat and have my effects. Hold on. I got to go. Thanks, Tez. Okay, let's go on to social media. Let me take this down. Do you guys think that we're nearing the end of social media as we know it? I don't think it will ever be completely wiped off the planet, but I feel like we have plateaued and the social media like hype train is over. And I feel like we're going to go back to the times where it was more like, remember like MySpace or when Facebook, before it was Facebook, where it's something that you like might go on, but it's not something that you're going to live on. You're going to live through, and every single thing will be done. And I had a conversation with somebody about this. She agreed with me. And then I saw this. So Crystal saying, oh my gosh, really? Oh my gosh, really? For what, Crystal? Oh yeah, we need Twitch too. You are better looking. She got that right. Thank you, Teresa. Okay, let me play this social media thing for you. Take a listen to this, guys.
Media. We're seeing this with other types of digital platforms like dating.
Wait, hold on. Remember, I told you guys you got to give me grace.
Year over year, dating app usage.
Rewind.
I think 2026 is going to be the year of the offline renaissance. We're already starting to see in the data that we've reached peak social media. So after 2022, the time spent on social media platforms has started to decline. Between 2022 and 2024, it's declined by 10%, which is significant. People are maxed out, whether that's from the polarization, from the doom scroll, from being shown a bunch of content that you can't stop watching, but you never sought that out in the first place, not being able to see the posts from the people who you follow. All of these reasons why the online experience is just draining. And then you add into that the rise of AI generated content and AI slop. So people genuinely don't know if they are filtering between a human generated content or just AI nonsense. What we're also seeing is these social and cultural signals that moving offline is the new flex. So with
moving offline is the new flex. And by the way, Crystal, I saw your comment. I'm going to read it 1 second. Moving offline, I'm telling you guys, is the new flex. If I was not a content creator, I would be off social media. Imagine meeting somebody right now and saying, yo, what's your IG? No, I don't have IG. What? Yo, if a girl told me that, I would literally be in love with her like right away. Like, what? You're not following everybody else, and then you go to their IG, and it looks like everybody else's. The stories are all the same. It's always traveling or food or blah blah, or gym day or this. It's like, yo, anytime something becomes so redundant and everyone's on it, everyone's doing it, the flex is always to be different. And I really, really think, like, because take it from me, like, I was addicted to Instagram, so addicted to, I was literally having a conversation with a girl, and she was like, yo, have you seen the people who you follow on Instagram? And I was like, what? And I literally went on my followers, and I was like, but it was over years and years and years and years, and you're like, what is this? And like, these are just crazy things. And then your DM, like, I just feel like we've gotten so caught up in social media, we don't even realize it because it just became so normal. And so, yeah, you're sliding in someone's DMs, you'll talk to somebody, you're looking at this, like everything became accessible and everything just became just crazy. And I just feel like it's been washed out and it's just been diluted, and it's just been diluted. And I think the new flex will be off of social media. Hold on.
teens, we're seeing the rise of flip phones and dumb phones. And even for Gen Z,
I want a flip phone and a dumb phone so badly, you have no idea.
That are on social media platforms, a lot of them are actually spending time communicating with one another in messaging versus actually on platforms. So all of these signals are showing people want to go where their actual communities are. And this isn't just with social media. We're seeing this with other types of digital platforms like dating apps. Year over year, dating app usage and paid usage has been declining. And people are now opting for things like running clubs to meet potential significant others.
All right. I love that. I mean, I used to be on like dating apps like years ago. I got off of that like a long time ago. I never even like met too many people from there, to be honest with you. But yeah, I like this. This video I cut, and it goes on to say that like as AI advances, we won't need to check and have all of these apps, and we'll just, be able to just make our AI show us just the things that we want to see. But I think this is a good thing for society. I think us getting off of our screens, and I can't believe I'm even saying this, but yeah, getting away from that and getting back to like real connection and real people, I think is a win, especially for like, the dating scene and or, relationships or even friendships or just anything, like even family. Sometimes you just get caught up here. It's like, yeah, we talk every day. Why? Because we send memes with each other every day, like my cousin or your friend or whatever. You know what I mean? That person-to-person interaction, I think, is going to be really important. Okay, let's speed things up. I'm already at 1 hour and 16 minutes. By the way, Crystal, I saw that you said, hold on, let me read Crystal's comment. She said, I said you were way hotter than R8PE. Then Tez replied to me, and you only read hers. Sorry, Crystal, that I missed yours. I told you all you have to give me grace today, okay? Thank you, Crystal. I appreciate you. Okay, Stefon Diggs paternity test. Let's go over here quickly. Hold on, this is a picture. Where's Stefon Diggs paternity test? Oh, yes, it's in overlays. All right, here we go. Stefon Diggs paternity test. Okay. Here we got to put me in the corner for this one. And I got to remove this girl. Remove. And then I need a producer. Influencer Aylin Lapora files paternity suit against Stefon Diggs, claims she has irrefutable evidence. She has officially filed a paternity lawsuit naming NFL wide receiver Stefon Diggs as the father of her unborn child. Court documents show Lapora is requesting a DNA test and full paternal support, alleging she has irrefutable evidence to support her claim. As of now, Diggs has not publicly responded. I don't understand how many kids this man is trying to have. He literally is trying to compete with what's his name again? Nick Cannon. Like, it's just crazy. Again, if it wasn't for Cardi B, we wouldn't even be hearing about Stefon Diggs. Nobody would even care. Cardi, this is embarrassing. It's going to be literally, if I'm not mistaken, 4 kids after Cardi. 4 kids with 4 different baby mamas. Y'all do the math. I don't have to tell you. A child that's born after your child, I think you know what it takes to have a child. Anyways, that's Stefon Diggs. All right, moving over to some fun stuff right now. Dexter Resurrected. Y'all know how much I love streaming shows. I wanted to get your all's opinion. Now, I was late on the Dexter flow. So I watched the original Dexter, and then I watched I think it was like the season 1 after, like when he was in this snow place. Anyway, somebody sent me this and told me I need to watch it. So I wanted to ask you guys, have you guys seen Dexter Resurrected? Is it good? Let me know in the comment section below, whether it be now or after the show. Should I watch the new Dexter See, there we go. Ali said Dexter is so good. So is this new? Like, this just came out July the 11th. This is a new one? Because there was the original Dexter, and then I'm not talking about the pre-one. There was another one where he was like in the snow or whatever, and he was unalived. So this Resurrected, what is this about? This is about him, being unalived? Is this what resurrection means? Like, could somebody please let me know? Dexter was the bomb diggity. I didn't see Resurrection. Gonna watch it tonight. All right, Teresa, I'll maybe watch it tonight too. And we'll come on tomorrow and talk about it. I have 2 more episodes of Unaliving Eve, which is like so good. I have 30 minutes left of oh my gosh, The Beast in Me, but I can't watch it because I'm watching it with somebody. And I think I have another show. I think Force. I have like 4 shows going on, but I'm gonna try Dexter. Okay, so I think the answer to my question is that it is not just it's not the old one. This is something new. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's go over to Google. Small little update here for y'all that are stuck with your old Google. Now lets users change their email address. Google is introducing a feature that lets you, here, let me put myself back on the screen. Google is now introducing a feature that lets users change their Gmail address without losing their email data or access to Google services. So just to put y'all on notice, for those of you who had a Google account since you were in high school or a young adult and it was something crazy and you're like, my gosh, so many people emailed me this, but I hate the name. Google will now let you change your address without losing all of your information. And the people who still email you to the old embarrassing email, they will still get it. So they're just going to really just like attach and then forward the other one. And it's not only for people that, have embarrassing emails. It could be something that, whatever, it's a name change or something wasn't available, too many numbers, or it could just be an email that you don't like, or it could just be a new thing that you want to do. From what I know, it's only one that you're able. So only one time that you're able to do it. So take your time, don't rush it, and make sure that what you're changing it to, that you love it, because you won't have an opportunity to change it again. Okay. Next thing we're going to go to is, y'all tell me if this was just me, but this is what a skeleton looks like inside of a big person. Now, I'm gonna go to comments here. Dang, Trent, you're serving tea like the Google News. Thanks. Y'all know that's how I do. Hey, somebody said something about Mars. Is Mars in here? Haha, Mars, you little investigator, you. Is Mars up in here? Is Mars in the chat? I didn't see Mars. Okay. What a skeleton looks like inside of a big person. Now, y'all could drag me if y'all want to. That's good. One of my emails are cat skeet. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's bad. You might want to change that, Cat. Yo, Mars is in the building. What up, Mars? Okay. Yeah, tell me if I'm crazy, okay? When I saw this picture, yeah, there she is, Mars. By the way, Mars used to be on my Instagram live, and that's where we met each other. So that's why I'm excited that Mars is here for my first live on my show, because while I was doing pods, I used to do Instagram live, and Mars and a couple other people, we started having like a little show together. So shout out to Mars, man, for being on my lives all the time and the support. Appreciate y'all. Somebody says, but I'm not an investigator. Yeah, she kind of is a little bit. Okay. Guys, can y'all tell me if you're surprised by this picture, please? It's not that like I didn't think that bigger people had different bones, but I didn't know that the skeleton was the exact same way as it would be on me, for example, or like a extra skinny person. Like your skeleton is your skeleton no matter what. Like I always thought a bigger person would have bigger bones, but look at this picture. Look at this. Look at those arms. I don't know. I don't know if this is me. If you guys are not seeing this, who's listening on podcast, podcast, you call it a podcast station, podcast platforms. The skeleton is the same as a person who's 100 pounds versus whatever pounds they were. And I found it a little, somebody said not surprising. I thought this was shocking to me. Because what about people who are big boned? When you're big boned, your skeleton is the same. Like we have one standard skeleton and we're just all the same, just out here chilling. This is surprising to me. But this is true trend formation here. Like I know I'm a very smart person, but when I don't know something, I'm very open to being like, I never knew this. And I know there must be somebody out there who never knew this and is just as shocked by this picture. Somebody said, Teresa said, this picture looks AI generated. No, come on, this is from Complex. They wouldn't have put an AI generated thing. Okay, let's get on with my next topic. Netflix reportedly wants movies out of theaters Netflix wants movies out of theaters after just 17 days. Do I have a write-up here? It says I have a write-up here. Netflix may cut Warner Brothers film to just 17 days in theaters, shaking up the way we watch new releases. This to me, back in the day, this would be like, oh my gosh, like you cannot take things out of theaters out of 17 days. But honestly, I cannot tell y'all the last time I went to the movie theaters. And I used to be such a movie theater buff that I literally 100% used to go on Friday, like opening day, especially like a Will Smith movie back in the day, or like a good movie, or I don't know, Mission Impossible or whatever. If it was my favorite actor, I would go, but I haven't been to the theaters in so long. I think a couple of reasons is that, I mean, we have Netflix, we have Prime, we have this, we have, Apple, you have so much streaming stuff, and you have podcasts, you have shows, you have YouTube. Like, I just feel like there's nothing out there that I need to rush to go out there. I feel like it got pricey with the ticket price and the popcorn and the food and the VIP lounge and this, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I think ultimately it's just the convenience, unless it's a date, and a date night going to watch a movie, especially if it's on a new person, you want to go somewhere like, a club or somewhere that you can have a drink or a coffee or whatever, and you could talk. So this is like for like somebody who's like married or already in a relationship, let's go to the movies tonight. But even at that, I feel like You sit down and you digest so much stuff on your phone and on your TV and on your laptop and in your computer, and you're digesting watching screen. I just don't feel like you're going to want to go out and watch another screen that you have to pay $60 for. So I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, save the movie theater. And a lot of, I have friends that are actors, and I used to be an actor as well. Like, I was in the industry, and I get it. But I think there is still so much money in platforms that, do you really need to go to the theater 17 days after? It's not like it's going to be out of the movie theater. It's going to be in there for 17 days. So you get at least 2 weekends. I approve this. I think it's good. And then, I'm reading between the lines, but I think that means that the movies now will be out of theaters after 17 days and then on Netflix sooner. So, hey, I like this move. Oh, I can't believe I just did all of that and I had left that picture up there. Sorry, y'all. I need a producer. I need producers out there come holla at me. All right, last one that we're going to put out here is boiling lobster while they are alive and conscious will be banned in England under a new government plan amid an improving animal welfare. Okay, guys, I feel like this might be un peu trop là. Boiling lobster while they're, I already read that. Minister has stated that live lobster is not an appropriate method of unaliving lobster and have confirmed that an alternative guidance will be issued. Similar bans are already in place in Switzerland, Norway, and New Zealand. Okay, I think we're pushing the animal welfare a little bit here. Hold on a second. Let me look at the chat. We have to let the younger ones have the experience that we had. This is going back to the movies. Sorry, guys. At least once, at least once in a young woman's life, they should have the opportunity to see on the big screen and what the movies make for each other. Totally agree. But again, it will be in the movies for 17 days. So you have 2 weekends to go and see it. It's not like they're saying it shouldn't be in theaters. They're just saying, yo, we're going to take it out after 17 days. Always thought that was cruel. Okay, hold on before we get to lobster. Gospel artist, okay, has been accused of, it's on the blogs now. Oh gosh, Donnie McKirkland has been accused. Breaking news. Gospel artist Donnie McKirkland has been accused of SA. It's all over the blogs now. Crazy. We're going to talk about that in a second. We're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about SA. Anyways, what do you guys think about lobster? Kat said, or no, not Kat. It's Kitaboo said, lobsters do scream when you boil them. I get it. I get it. But to pass a law, I understand putting it out there and saying, hey guys, lobsters, they'll feel the pain for the 1 minute, or for the 1 second or 2 seconds. So do it this way. And it's funny. I had a party at my house for my dad's birthday, and I had like a whole lobster or seafood boil, and that's how the chefs were unaliving the lobster. And there were so many lobster, and they were doing what they're supposed to be doing in the neck and this whatever, and paralyzing and putting in. I was like, just put the lobster in the water. You know what I mean? And this whole like, oh, they're screaming and they're crying out. Like, I get it. And I love animals. I love dogs. I had a dog growing up. I'm an animal lover. I just think it should be put out there. I just think making this a law that literally has to pass government and parliament, I think that is a little bit of a stretch. And how do you police that? And what happens if I don't listen to it? Like, what are you going to do? Come in my kitchen? I just think this is ridiculous to be out there. Donnie, all right. A couple of you guys agree with me, and you guys are talking about invite us to the seafood boil this summer. Will do, Teresa. All right, we are done with quick news. I hope you guys like that. Let's move on to we don't have a social discussion today. What do we have today? We have lesson of the day. Let's move on to lesson of the day. All right, so before we get to the lesson of the day, y'all know I have a very important question for you. Did y'all think I wasn't going to talk to you guys about Aura just because we're live? Oh, hecky nah, yo. Aura is still with us, all right? So my question is your laptop, cell phone, or computer vulnerable to data breaches? Well, hold on. Let me answer that question for you. Yes, they are if you're not using Aura, the all-in-one digital security platform. I even have the video. Go to my sponsor below, aura.com/trendoutloud to get your free 14-day trial to see if any of your data has already been exposed. If you're ever wondering how scammers get your cell phone number or why your inbox is filled with spam, here is why. There are companies called data brokers, and they sell your data, and they do it without your consent, and they make billions of dollars selling it to marketers, scammers, or even stalkers. That is why I recommend today's sponsor, Aura, to my family, friends, and outlouders. Aura takes care of the hard part for you, automatically removing your information off of these sites and keeping it off. Aura is an all-in-one digital security platform. You may already have a digital security tool, but not having Aura is like locking your front door and keeping your back door open. With Aura, you get alerts if any of your personal information is ever found on the dark web, real-time fraud alerts for your credit card or banking information. Hey, I'm back, guys. A secure VPN, antivirus, password manager, and they also have US-based round-the-clock customer service. In the event that anything ever does go wrong, Aura also includes a $5 million identity theft insurance protection package. It is absolutely free. Link below. Make sure y'all sign up for Aura. I tell you guys this every day. Anything you do online, whether it's YouTube, you're signing up for YouTube, you're buying something on Amazon, Netflix, whatever it is, your information is stored in the back end and it's sold off to these companies called data brokers, which is supposed to just, hey, I want to know what Teresa is doing. I want to know what Trent is doing. I want to know what he's watching. I want to know what he's liking. It gets in the hands of bad actors, and that's where you get these crazy links text to you, phone number spamming, and email. And if you click one of those links or answer the phone and say the wrong thing, you could lose a bunch of money. And that's what Aura will protect you guys with. It's absolutely free with the link below. Oh, I forgot. I even have the QR code. You thought I was slipping, y'all? The QR code right here. Take your phone out, your camera, go. Don't leave the show right now. Stay live. This is for you guys who are watching after. Take the QR code. Sign up. Like I said, it's absolutely free for 14 days. Aura will show you if any of your information has ever been exposed. And if your information has, they can take your social security number, your credit card, and they'll remove it offline for you. Absolutely for free. All right. So make sure y'all sign up for Aura today. Okay. Thank you, Aura. Also, just want to let you guys know, a lot of you people have always asked, hey, we really love the show. Want to know how you can give back to the show. Do you have PayPal? Do you have Venmo? I always like, now that we're live, you can give a super thanks a super chat while we're live, or after, if you're watching this video, you can give a super thanks. And the super thanks is at the bottom of every video. You click that thank button. What I like about it is that it sends me a notification. You could change the thanks, and you could put any comment that you want in there, and we will read your comment out the next day for you, okay? And we really appreciate your support. Over the holidays, I got a super thanks. I'm going to find this right here. And the super thanks, it's not loaded in, but it's right here. And it's from Natasha, and she gave $20, and she said, thanks, Trent. So I wrote back, thank you, Natasha, if you are listening. And for those of you who want to give a super thanks, here is the way to do it.
Buy a super thanks by clicking the thanks button under your video. There are multiple price points a viewer can purchase that each have their own special one-time animation. As an added bonus, viewers will get to post a distinct, colorful comment in your video's comment section.
All right. Two more things before we get into social discussion. How am I doing here, guys, with my producing my own show while I'm live? Come on. Also, for those who want to support or just become an Out Louder today, make sure you sign up for our Out Loud membership. It is the first link below, or I think we moved it now. It's the second link below. So you click on that link, become an Out Loud member. You will get loyalty badges, emojis, member-only live stream, member-only videos, early access to new videos, and member shoutouts. We also do a vlog weekly, bi-weekly, questions, kind of like something I said a little bit earlier where I'll ask you guys your opinion. Should we go live? So for those of you who watch the show daily, I really like my take, are more interested in some of my personal life, make sure you sign up for the Out Loud membership. And you'll see here when you get to the membership window, you'll see Out Louder, Family, Proud, Loyalist, MVP. Those are just different levels, but everybody gets the same access. Some people just said they want to spend a little bit more per month and they want to give back to the show. So you have different amounts that you could sign up for. But we're all big one happy family here with the Out Louder family. So make sure y'all sign up today. Okay. All right. Let's go over to, let me get back to my, I have 11 comments that I haven't seen. All right, let me read the comments because this is like comments of the day and then we'll get to social discussion. I read your reply about your cousin late and responded early. I think you guys are talking to each other. Hey, there's Natasha's here. Yo, Natasha's here. I just read out your super thanks, Natasha. Bam, 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 bam. Yo, shout out to Natasha. You put that comment on before I read your comment. Crystal says, yes, I'm going to call him later, 30 years later. I'm not sure what Kidaboo was talking about there. Crystal says, haha, oh my gosh, he's been caught busted. Hold on. What are you guys talking about here? Hold on a second. I agree. I think it's inviting, when Crystal said invite us to the Super Bowl, the seafood boil. I'll definitely invite you guys, okay? 1000%. There we go. That's what you guys are talking about. Okay. I'll go to your house and arrest you, Trent. That's what Mars said. All right. Oh, because they called Mars an investigator. Natasha said she finally got Aura. Thank you. Yo, I love when people tell me, they send me DMs or whatever, and they tell me that they're so happy they got Aura. I just don't have any random sponsors. I always wanted a sponsor for the show that was going to give back to you guys, especially if I'm going to talk about it every day. Trust me, listen to Natasha right here. You guys will see her on live. She signed up. Everybody, even when I was in Jersey, when I was doing the mental health conference, 3 people came up and they're like, yo, I went to Aura. I had no idea all my information. I went out and got a family plan after. Like, it's the best. So I'm very happy for you, Natasha. Crystal said, I'm doing a really good job. Thank you very much, Crystal. Kidaboo said, you're doing a great job. New sub here. Bah, 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 bah. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing your name right. Kitab. I'm just going to call you Kidaboo, okay? It's my nickname for you. You're rocking this live like you've been doing this. Thank you very much, Liz. Teresa says, you're doing an excellent job. This is why we keep coming back. You the bamboom.com, Trent. Thank you, Teresa. Kitab, laugh out loud, and then trip to Canada, and Crystal laughing. Hey Trent, Teresa, let's go. And Trent listening from West London. Oh, love that. What's your name there? KTH Moss. Okay. Is it K Thomas? Yeah, K Thomas from West London. What up, K Thomas? G Morris says, hey Gigi, from Detroit. You're my all-time fave. Thank you, Gigi. You're my all-time fave. Love y'all, man. Here we go. Kita. That's how I'm pronouncing your name. Okay, so it's Kita B. So Kita. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Kidaboo. Yeah, Kidaboo. I give nicknames to people. I'm dyslexic, so I read really bad. And I have to get a bigger screen so this comes up bigger. That's my new nickname, Kidaboo. I like that. My nickname for you. Okay. Oh gosh, I'm having so much fun on this live. Hold on. I need y'all know I need a Jamaican name. I love that I just have it now, just at will. I even have this. I can have a round of applause. Round of applause for Trent Out Loud's first live. Okay, you're not supposed to end. Round of applause for Trent Out Loud's first live. All right, let's go to social discussion. I think it's a really, really good social discussion, if I do say so myself. And then we're going to go question of the day, and then we're going to end off for today. Wow, I've been live for an hour and 43 minutes. Okay, let's try to end this right at 2 hours, just like Diddy trial vibes. Listen to this social discussion. It's about relationships, guys. Relationships are so important. And I don't just mean men and women or men and men or women and women. I also talking about friendships, parents, families. Y'all know I've had a lot of ups and downs in my life, and I'm telling you 100,000%, the times when I'm most successful are the times that I really drill down and start focusing on the relationships in my life. I really, especially like when I started my stores, like different times in my life where I'm like, I need to buckle down. Relationships are so key. The people around you are key. Listen to this and we'll talk about it more after.
Are the last two.
Oh, sorry.
Neurotic.
I was listening.
If you hang around 9 broke people, you'll be the 10th. The opposite is also true. So successful people want to hang around successful people. Folks who are in a transactional situation where there's a giver in a relationship, whether it's a romantic relationship or a business relationship. Here's a real answer to your question. A giver and a giver is exotic. A giver and a taker is neurotic. A taker and a taker is psychotic.
I just want to pause this and read to you guys because I wasn't too sure what a neurotic relationship meant. And this is a neurotic relationship is characterized by high emotional instability, constant worry, insecurity, and dependency, often stemming from one partner's specific neuroticism. The relationship struggles with trust, experience frequent conflict due to overthinking and hypersensitivity, and involves unhealthy emotional reliance where love becomes a compulsive and validation rather than a healthy bond, leading to instability and potential breakups. Let's continue.
A lot of relationships in our community are the last two. Neurotic and psychotic. I like high frequency relationships. I'm trying to go up market. That's a giver and a giver. That's who I'm married to. That's who I hang around. That's who I flow with. That's who I do business with. If I get any hint of toxicity, I'm gone. I don't argue with you. To argue with a fool proves there are two. I don't get in debate with you. That's wasting my time. You can waste my money. You can't waste my time. I'm ruthless about my time. If I get any hint that you're full of shit, I'm gone.
I just love that so much. And I think there's so much to take from there. I think, first of all, I totally agree with what he's saying. Hold on, there's a little write-up I have here. By the way, this is John Hope Bryant. I met John at an event in Atlanta. I think it was Charlemagne's podcast festival, Black Effect Podcast Festival. And I met him, and like I do with everybody, when I'm backstage in a green room, whatever, I bring my books with me. And I gave him my books. By the way, he's in charge of like billions and billions of dollars. Okay. He has like properties, like he is like a guru when it comes to like financing. Anyway, so I gave him my books as my books talk about business. And you know, he was so humble and so chill. He's like, yo, nice to meet you, whatever, blah, blah. And he saw that my books were titled as How Sneakers Saved My Life and How Sneakers Ruined My Life. You know what he said to me? He's like, can you please autograph this and sign a message to my grandson? He loves sneakers. Like, that just shows you how much of a nice dude he is. Sometimes you meet people in the green room, in the backstage, and like, yo, who are you? And they're kind of like snotty. For him to ask me for my autograph and to dedicate the books to his grandson, it just shows you what a cool guy he is. Anyways, John writes this: do I like you? Do I respect you? Do I admire you? Do I feel good around you? Because life is about relationship capital, not transactions. I want to repeat that. Because life's about relationship capital, not transactions. If your energy is, what can I get? You've already lost access. And again, givers attract givers. Givers plus givers, exotic. Givers plus takers, neurotic. Takers plus takers is psychotic. He says, I only move in high frequency relationships, people who pour in as much as they pour out. I do not do toxic. I do not do drama, and I do not debate with fools. I feel like a lot of people end up in give-take relationships because I feel like we think that's normal. I don't want to be stereotypical, but I feel sometimes that A lot of it is women giving and men taking, and that imbalance, and maybe that comes from past trauma or whatever. But like, I don't want to get into the stereotype because sometimes it's different. And I don't really just want to only focus on relationships. Those kind of like whatever partnership relationships. I want to use this in everything you guys do. Make sure when you're giving and you're pouring into somebody that that person is giving and pouring back into you. It cannot be one-sided or lopsided. We have to stop thinking that. And that's why he says, and I love this part where he says that if you're just saying, here, what can I get? And some people are like, oh, I just love being a giver. You can't just always keep being a giver and just keep on giving for the rest of your life. You need to pour into each other, especially in relationships. And I just wanted to make this be the lesson of the day. Like, don't be afraid of cutting off relationships. I told you guys, been telling you guys for the past couple of months, I cut off a guy who's like my brother, close friend. I'll still be close in the sense of like, I'll love you from a distance. We're brothers. I mean, we grew up on the same street together. I've known him since we were in kindergarten. But I won't get into technicalities, but you know, I was giving into that relationship with him, and I don't feel like he was giving me back what I needed to be given back. And I'm in a point in my life where I'm working really hard. I'm growing this channel. I'm doing things like now changing over, going live on 8 different platforms, doing things, going to the Diddy trial, doing whatever. And yeah, it might look fun and everything, but there's a lot of work behind it. You have to believe in yourself. And there's a lot of, just mental stability that you need. And if you're in a relationship that you don't have mental stability, you could start doubting yourself. You could start, not trying as much. If they're a type of people that they don't like trying new things, they're going to ask you why you want to try new things. So it's just beyond the, oh, what could this person, whatever. It's build relationship capital. Be in relationships with people that you are giving and they are giving. That's why I always talk about love relationships. My love language is quality time. I respect all the other ones. I've learned to love all of them. I totally get it. But quality time is something that you cannot deny. We all only have 24 hours in a day. Some people have more money than others. So yeah, you could give gifts. Or some people are good at words, so it could be words of affection. We all only have 24 hours in a day. And if I'm giving you 4 hours of my day and you're giving me 4 hours of your day, that is priceless. And you need to pour into people who are pouring into you. Whew, I love this. Understanding love and communication and compassion is critical in a relationship. He on a higher level of understanding. He ain't never lie. Women are natural givers. It's our nature, motherhood. Totally agree with that. Very true. Protect your energy always. And Teresa said, invite him to the seafood boil. We could outgrow friends, family, and loved ones. Crystal says, well, I agree with Kidaboo. I love that. Your whole new name now is Kidaboo. I love that. When you're changing your email, you should change it to Kidaboo. Well, I agree, Kidaboo, that women have a natural maternal instinct, but women can be just as selfish, and some are damaged and scorn of giving too much. 100%, Crystal, I agree with that. Tez says, real talk. Kidaboo laughed. Yo, Melva's in the building. What up, Melva? Bam, 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 bam. Melva said, I've been away for 2 weeks. Is the show now live instead of recorded? Okay, well, Melva, you're going to have to rewind and go back. Yes, the show is going to be live Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. You can go back and listen to it when I'm done. But yes, welcome. I'm so happy that you joined the live. Yes, we'll be doing more lives. We'll be doing a couple of recorded, but yes. Getting back to Crystal's comment, 100% agree with you, Crystal, and I'm so happy you brought that up. I'm going to just reread Crystal's comment. And this is why I love that I'm live now. Crystal said, well, I agree with Kidaboo, who was saying about women, that women are natural maternal instinct, but women can be just as selfish, and some are damaged and scorned for giving too much. Super, super important. I'm adding to this lesson. Whether it is a girl that is scorned or a bad relationship or scared or she has trust issues herself and that's why she doesn't give, or whether it be a friend that's not giving, or a boss that's not giving, I think twofolds. One, you say to the person, yo, again, this is about relationship capital. So this is a relationship. This is not just somebody doing something for you that's, sitting beside you. This is a relationship. So you're like, hey, I want to talk to you about this relationship. I'm big on talking. That's why I have a show. Hey, I like this relationship. I feel like I'm doing this. I don't feel like you're doing that. And regardless of whatever the reasons are, this is not going to be a neurotic, I learned my new word, it's not going to be a give-take. And sometimes it's not even a give-take. It could just be a give, and the other person's like, all right, well, I'm not going to do anything anymore. You know what I mean? So my point is that, to Crystal's point, is you might meet a boss or a girl or a guy along the way that for whatever reason they're not a giver. Give them a chance, because it could just be that they're nervous. It could just be that they're afraid. It could just be that they didn't even realize. You got to tell people sometimes what you need. Give them the opportunity. But when you see they have the opportunity and now and the know-how, well, not necessarily the know-how, but they've been put on notice, you got to go. That's what John is saying. You got to bounce. You got to bounce to find good relationship capital so that you could get rid of this relationship so that you can now find another relationship that has a giver. And if this boss is not a giver, or if this friend or if this girl or this guy, you just keep on going until you find two giving relationships. And then you build a love relationship that's two givers, a friendship that's two givers, a work environment that's two givers, a family member that's two givers. And then you go throughout your day and you're just filled with you giving yourself and people giving you. And that is the road to a happy lifestyle. I'm telling you, just unequivocally, just trust me. That is lesson of the day. Okay. Like I said, I wanted to try to end this at 2 hours. So let me just see. Real talk. Somebody said, Melva, so happy for these lives. The energy is so good. I'm hyped. Thank you, Teresa. You're invited to Mardi Gras, Trent. Come hang out. I really want to go to Mardi Gras so bad. By the way, there's somebody else up here. Hold on. Somebody said, this is 67, Moon 67, love from Dallas, Texas. Bah, bah, bah. We got a lot of viewers in Texas, so thank you very much for that. Okay, let's go on to question of the day. All right, today's question of the day, where is it? All right, here we go. Today's question of the day is, hold on, I got to remove John's video. Oh my gosh. Come on, people. There we go. Today's question of the day is, all right, what addiction is the hardest to quit? First person said everything that starts with S, sugar, shopping, salt. The other person says having a good heart. True. Another person said sugar. The only man you've actually ever been in love with. It's been 28 years, but who's counting? Another person said sugar. The hardest addiction to quit is the addiction that you don't know is an addiction. So for many brothers, it's sports betting. I think, forget the sports betting. I think that the hardest addiction to quit, that's a bar. Hardest addiction to quit is a time when you don't even know you're addicted. Woo! I really love that. A lot of us are addicted to things that we don't even realize are bad for us. I talk about that in my book. A lot of them without the Holy Spirit. Another person said sugar. Another person said that man, shopping, sugar. Wow, y'all are real big sugar addicts out here. Another person said that Bob Marley, staying in bed when I have to get ready for work. Uber Eats. Uber Eats is super convenient though. Being on our phones, man. I'm really going to try to cut down in 2026, like big time. By the way, I just realized an addict that I realized that I'm stopping. I'll tell you in a minute. Any addiction that is hard to overcome is a disease. You don't quit. You learn how to have enough discipline to choose not to indulge. To anyone who can try to overcome addiction, I wish you all the best for your journey. Another person said loving the wrong person. It's true. When you're in love with somebody, when you're like with somebody who you really like, it's really hard to break that. Especially like when you guys are like used to doing things together. You guys are living together and stuff. It is hard, man. Overthinker, 1000%. What else? Okay, I can't say that. I hear sugar again. spending money. Well, that's easy when you go broke. All right, that's all I have for y'all. Let me know in the comment section below after you guys watch this, and we'll get back, or anybody here now. Anybody have a hard addiction? For me, I am addicted to, I don't want to just say working, but I'm addicted to being successful. Like, there is no end of success for me. Doesn't matter what age, I'm going to be trying. And I think I got this from my grandmother, where she said, reach for the moon, and even if you don't get there, you fall amongst the stars. So I always say that about this show. I started out having, I don't know, 5 views, 10 views, 20 views, going viral, Diddy going up to 300,000 views, now having 10 or 20 or 30. And maybe one day I'll be Joe Rogan level, Charlemagne, deal level, 200 million. But I might not. And I might just stay here where I am, but I'll always keep trying. And while that is good, it couldn't turn into an addiction. Oh, sorry, I forgot this. I got to get used to taking these things off when I'm done. It can turn into an addiction. And that is the reason why a couple of months ago I was like, I'm doing 7 days a week. But that is also why over the holidays, when I said, I'm going to take a day or 2 days off, but I'll still come around. But I left it open. I'm going to see how I feel. And then you guys see that after, I think, this 23rd, I didn't do another show until I think the 30th. And then I haven't come back now till January the 10th. And it's because I wanted to break my work addiction. I wanted to break the addiction of this burning desire that I have in me to be global and conquer the world. And while it is a great thing to be ambitious, you have to have balance. And at the beginning of the holiday, I was like, I can't wait for the holidays to be over. I even said that to a couple of people. I was like, I just can't wait for holidays to be over. Like, I just want it to be done. And then as it was going, I was like, it's not so bad. And I didn't work out. I didn't do anything. I just chilled. Like, I watched shows. I went out. I did things. Of course, family stuff or whatever. And as the days kept going, I started feeling lighter and lighter. And I told you guys this, I think, in the Out Louders private vlog. I was getting a little like, the show was getting a little too much, every day recording, editing, looking on my phone or whatever. And I was just I'd be looking at news, and I'd be like, I don't want to hear about this. And as things progressed, as a vacation progressed, I was able to look at news, and I was able to read it a little bit more. And I was able to get a little bit more excited for the show. And after New Year's, I felt like this weight was lifted off of my shoulders. And the second and the third and the fourth, I was like, this is so good. And I just felt amazing. Like, I felt really, really good. And that's when I started working on, I always knew I was going to do it, but I was kind of dragging my feet a little. But then I set up the Twitch account. I set up the Twitter account, not the Twitter account, the Twitch account, the Kick account. Then I got all of this stuff in motion. I say all of this to say my elongated version of addiction is, sometimes when you're addicted to something, a lot of the times you're addicted to something, it seems almost impossible when you're starting to kick the habit, but hang in there, because it's an addiction, and it already has a hold on you, and you have to outweigh the hold. And it took me 2 weeks, and it was honestly the best thing. Like, I woke up this morning excited to do this show and just feeling really, really good. I really had a good vacation. Yes, I had fun and family and hanging out with people and partying and all that stuff, but I rejuvenated my soul. So I felt like I got a better handle on my work ambition addiction. And I'll tell you guys a little bit more about that in my outro. Let me split this up, but don't let your addictions get a hold of you and bring you down. Okay. All right. Let's go to my first live outtake. All right, y'all. This is the end of our first episode, our first live episode. I love that airphone. Oh, God. Thank you so much for kicking with me. Really had fun. We're at 2 hours and 4 minutes. I'll try to keep them like an hour and a half, like a regular show, but I had to keep up. I had to not keep up, but I had to like cover some things that I missed that I wanted to get to. So hopefully it wasn't too long for you guys. But thank you for those who stuck around and were kicking with me. I hope you guys liked it. I had a lot of fun. What I was saying just in quick in lesson of the day is, I think I already said this in the beginning actually, but I will be doing weekly shows. I'm going to try to take weekends off. If something comes in, I will. But in 2026, I really want to focus on giving a little bit more time to myself. And I feel like when I have a little bit more time to myself, I'm going to be able to give more to you guys. So that is I don't like New Year's resolutions, but that is my goal for 2026. We talked about this last year where 2025 was the year of the snake and 2026 is the year of the horse. The snake shedding, getting the stuff away. The year of the horse, you get on the horse and you ride to your new destination. 2025 was a 9-year, meaning that all that 9-year stuff is an end. 2026 is a 1 year. You're starting off fresh. So I felt like I did the hustle and bustle, the Diddy trial, the 7 days a week, the shows, the this or whatever. I did it. I'm here now. 2026, I'm obviously still going to do a show, obviously still be very dedicated, but I'm going to try consciously to kind of kick that addiction that I have and find a little bit more balance in my life and take some more time for me while giving you guys the most up-to-date shows and, keeping you guys looped in. All right. So that is it for me. Before I let you guys go, I want to remind you of a couple of quick things. Do not forget, you could send super thanks while I'm on live. Super chat while I'm on live. You have super thanks is the button below for those who are watching this after. Do not forget to sign up for the Out Loud membership. It's the second link below. And do not forget to sign up to Aura, the first link below. Now, anybody who's shopping or doing anything online, any presence online, you are safer with Aura. Also, before I let you go, just want to remind you of all the destinations we're at. For those of you who like listening to shows like this, we're still always available on all podcast platforms. Just go to any podcast site, type in Trend Out Loud. The show will pop up. Do not forget to hit the follow and subscribe button so you can be notified every time we upload a new show, and we'll be uploading weekly, all right? Podcast. Now, video, we will have our video on Spotify. We'll also have it on YouTube. When you're on there, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the like button. Don't forget to comment, live comments, and we still need existing comments. I still need y'all of my co-hosts. I'll still be looking at those comment sections. For those of you who don't want to join in on the conversation, no shade. We have Crystal, we have Teresa, we have Mars, we have enough people. If you don't want to join in, please don't feel pressured. But if you want to leave a comment, let me know which country or city you're watching from. It's my favorite thing in bed before I go to sleep. I always look at all the comments, and I love to see that this show is global, okay? So that's something that you can do if you don't want to join in on the conversation. Also, if you are really enjoying the show, please try to share it with your family, friends, and loved ones. Fifth of all, Out Loud membership and super thanks. For those of you who want to follow me outside of the show, I'm available on all... Oops, sorry, I forgot. New. So that's video streaming. We are streaming live on Twitch. Hold on, I got to bring it up. Twitch. Hold on. Where is it here? Oh, gosh. Oh, well, forget it. I can't remember where it is. We're streaming live on... Hey. Come on. There we go. We are streaming live on Kick, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So make sure y'all check us out live. No specific time. We're aiming for 5. We might be 5:30, but pay attention around that time, Monday to Friday. Check us out. Now, for those of you who want to follow us or follow me, Outside of the show, I'm available on all social platforms. It's always the same handle, Trend Out Loud. I'm the most active on Instagram, so make sure you all follow me there. And I think now that I can only stream on one, I'm going to stream live on Trend Out Loud to not mess up the system, so make sure you follow me there. And also, do not forget to follow the Trend Out Loud show on Instagram. We haven't been very active on there, but make sure you follow it for updates, and we're going to get back to posting there a little bit in the near future, okay? I'm working on this live thing. So the Trend Out Loud show or Trend Out Loud on all social platforms. Thank you for kicking with me. I hope you guys loved the new live show. Around 5 p.m. Peace. Bye, y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trend Out Loud. Peace.